All right, so we are back. This is IELTS Reading Part 2, IELTS Academic Reading Part 2, and we are going to answer questions 5 to 9, which is about label the diagram. And in IELTS reading for this type of test and in all type of tests, it is really important to read and understand the instruction. So the instruction states that you're going to label the diagram, which is this diagram, and choose no more than two words from the passage. So we can answer only one or two words for each number. Just choose no more than two words. Again, one or two words for each number. So as we've talked about the other in part one, the strategies that we can use are the first one is looking for keyword or keywords. So looking for keyword or keywords. And the second strategy would be scanning and skimming. So scanning and skimming. If you're not familiar with these two, then they're just strategy for quick reading. So scanning is looking for some words from the question found in the paragraph. And skimming is reading very quickly the paragraph and seeing the main idea or what the paragraph is about. And the last and the next strategy, well, there are lots of strategies, but the next strategy is synonymous words, identifying synonymous words or synonyms. So knowing the synonyms of the words is very, very crucial, very, very important in IELTS reading. So you will see later. All right, now to start with number 5, bowl made of a blank. So we can apply all of these strategies. Okay, so bowl made of blank. So we have to go back to the paragraph, and this one talks about a process. So bowl made of blank. As what we can remember. Okay, we go back to paragraph A. So paragraph A, we're going to look for some process or keyword bowl of blank. So as we look very quickly, we can't really find any word related to bowl of blank. So if we go to paragraph B, and we're going to look for a process which talks about bowl of blank. So skimming, scanning, very quick, and looking for some synonymous words, synonymous to bowl of blank, which we cannot really find. Now let's go to paragraph C. So this one we can see the word tattooing. All right, so we can see the word tattooing, but let's keep on reading until we can find bowl of blank or synonymous word to it. All right, we can't see anything. So we have technique of tattooing, which this is very useful in the future. So bowl of blank, bowl of blank. All right, so we have the knot and we have exactly the word bowl. Bowl made of half a coconut shell. Right now, going back to our question, which is bowl of blank, okay? And we have to answer one or two words. And this not inside bowl made of half a coconut shell. So we have to choose two words, one or two words that we can answer. So what do you think will be our answer here? Bowl. So this is bowl. This is what in our question, bowl of. You are right. If you haven't thought about it, or if you've thought about it, our answer is coconut shell. Bowl of coconut shell. Therefore, our answer here is coconut shell. All right, so it's bowl made of coconut shell. So we are done with number 5. Now let's go to number 6. burn the material inside to get. So one best thing you have to remember is you have to focus on the word before the number, or the word before the word that we are looking for, because the word before the word we are looking for is a very big clue to find the word. Okay, so we have to look for synonymous words or keywords. So burn, something that we burn the material to get. Okay, so now also where we found number 5 should be close to where we can find number 6. Okay, and it shouldn't be previous to it, but it has to be next to it. We don't go back to the previous paragraph, but we have to go back to the next paragraph or the next sentences. So we found the answer in paragraph D. Now, the answer also for number 6 is somewhere next sentences or next paragraph, but we don't skip the next sentences. We have to find the answer. Now let's go back to our question, which is burn the material to get blank. Most especially, we focus on the word get. So let's go back to paragraph D, okay, and continue reading. Then they then scrape out the soot and use a pestle to mix it with liquid. All right. So this word scrape out, this is very intriguing. So you highlight on that and we continue in reading. We don't really focus on one sentence alone. So we continue reading. We consider other sentences. So bluing is sometimes added to counteract the reddish hue of the carbon-based pigment. It also makes the outline of the inscribed designs bolder on the dark skin of tattooing subjects. So this sentence, it already focuses on outline of the inscribed. Now, what we are going to look for here is words synonymous to get. All right, words synonymous to get. Burn the material inside to get. So what is that word synonymous to get? All right. So it should be close to number 5. So over here, they then scrape out the soot. All right, so now we have this word scrape out. Everybody knows scrape out. Scrape out is taking something out from something. Right. So we consider scrape out as one possibility synonymous to get, but let's consider the next sentence. Do we have a word synonymous to get? Well, actually, we can't say. As we continue reading, there's no other word synonymous to get. Therefore, scrape out is the word synonymous to get. Okay, so they then scrape out the what? What do they get? Soot. There you go. We actually found the answer right now. Our answer is actually soot. Okay, so because of the synonymous word get or take out or scrape out, okay? And stir in the blank. Now, stir, okay? So they are connected. So they scrape out the soot and stir in the blank. It has to be something that they can stir the soot with. Okay, what's it going to be? They then scrape out the soot and use a pestle to mix it with liquid. Now, focus on this part. All right. So in our sentence, we have the word stir. Now, what do you think is synonymous word of stir in this part? You are correct. Synonymous word of stir is mix. You're right. We stir or we mix. All right? Mix it with. Okay, what can be our answer then? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Correct. Our answer is liquid. Okay, so again, we can answer one or two words. Okay, so our answer then is stir in the liquid. All right, okay, amazing. We are moving fast. Okay, now let's go to question number 8, and that's going to be produced from blank of small trees. Oh, this is another intriguing question, another intriguing. So produced from blank of small trees. Now, the word small trees is also a big clue for us to find the answer. Produced from blank of small trees. Now, let's go back to paragraph D, because this is where we found the answer. All right, so we are going to look for words synonymous to small trees. Okay, because that is one big clue. All right, small trees. So, do we find a word synonymous to small trees in paragraph D? Reddish sheer of carbon-based pigment. Designs, dark skin tattooing. No, we don't find any. So it's time to move on to the next paragraph. All right, so do we find synonymous word to, okay, synonymous word to small trees? For specialist chisels made from albatross wing bone. Oh, we have this word wing bone. It's interesting. Albatross wing bone. So we might be able to use this one later. We are going to highlight on that. And we have this word heartwood of the bush and struck with a mallet. We have this word bush. Now, everybody, are you familiar of this word bush? Yes, this word bush is actually synonymous to the word small trees. You're right. Do you see how important synonymous words are? Yes, because our question may use the word small trees, but the paragraph doesn't use small trees. Instead, it uses synonymous words or synonymous word. So the bush is synonymous to small trees. All right, now what we are looking for is we go back to the question or the sentence and produced from blank of small trees. So what do you think is our answer then? Of the bush of small trees. So our answer should be the word before it, and we can answer one or two words. So our answer is heartwood. You're right. Our answer is heartwood. Easy or difficult? Okay, so it's going clearer and working well. All right, so our answer here is heartwood. Okay, okay, yeah. Now we are on to number 9. Produced from blank of seabird. This is really interesting. Okay, so the same as number 8, we have to look for synonymous word of seabird or the word seabird itself. Okay, so it should be close to this number or this item. So produced from blank of seabird. Okay, so we have to find a word synonymous to seabird. Okay, so hold on. Right now, we found in this paragraph E, the small trees. Now, we have to look for a word synonymous to seabird or the seabird itself. Okay, so you are with me and we are going to look for the word seabird. Okay, so do we find any? Seabird, seabird, seabird. All right. Do we find any seabird here? Do we find any seabird? Okay. Do we find any seabird? Mm-hmm. Seabird. All right, now we don't find any word that is seabird. Yeah. So specifically, what we have to do now is look for synonymous word. Okay. So it is difficult for you. If it's difficult for you to find synonymous words, at least you can find some clues, okay? Or close to the synonymous word. Now we start from the first sentence, albatross wing bone. Okay, as I mentioned to you before, this word is very interesting. Why? Because of this word wing. Okay, so what the word that we are looking for is a seabird. Now, this animal or bird itself, birds do have wings. All right, birds do have wings. Okay, so albatross wing bone. So the answer is actually just around here. Okay, the answer. So let's go back to the question itself. All right, the question is produced from blank of seabird. Okay, so what is it? What is the seabird then? The seabird, everyone, is actually albatross. All right, so I was just showing you how to look for the word seabird, and if we can't find the word seabird, then we have to look for synonymous word or clues. So birds have wings. All right. Birds have wings. So this helps us find our answer. Okay. So wing albatross of albatross made from albatross wing bone. So what do you think is the answer? Made from albatross wing bone of seabird. So what do you think is the answer? The answer is wing bone. You are correct. Okay. Albatross, the wing bone of albatross, the wing bone of seabird, which is the albatross. Right. So our answer here is wing bone. All right, there you go. Produced from wing bone of albatross or wing bone of seabird. All right, now this is part two, and see you for the part three, where we are going to answer, where we're going to answer questions related to this table. See you.